Follow this. Let's see if I can get the skit to pop up here. This thing is in the way. There we go. Give me that number. Come on. It's like you gotta click the exact spot. Well, it's not giving. Oh, it's behind me. That's why. There we go. All right. Well, rotation still a little bit on there. 69-mile-an-hour shear. Hail over an inch, so that's definitely severe sized hail. But still some rotation. Andersonville, need to be in your safe place right now. We're at 1 o'clock, 1:05. This warning has not been extended. In fact, they just let it expire.
Looks like they expired it.
They expired it. I would still be on guard. This is just me. I would still be on guard in Dooley County. Please. Like, I know they took the warning away. Please stay on guard. It spun up so quickly when it got into Marion County and then Sly County. You know, touchdown for 5 minutes. Doesn't matter, it's EF0, EF1, still tornado. Still could be life-threatening. Need to stay in your safe place. We're going to keep following this storm. We do have, again, this other tornado warning further off to the east. This one, very broad rotation. That is very broad rotation. About to cross from Dodge County into Lawrence County. So, you know, Batson.
Go ahead and click the camera icon, and I have the downtown Dublin camera pulled up. Let's look at that.
Yeah, a lot of wind. A lot of wind. Typical daily folk traveling through. Please, if you can avoid being on the road right now, do so. Just not a great time.
Looks to be a little bit more traffic than usual.
Yeah, I would say it's probably a little more traffic than usual, and that's not a great thing. They're really, I mean, I get, you know, folk have work to do. They got things to do. We're heading into the afternoon. Kids are going to be getting out of school soon. And you mentioned Twiggs County, right? Yep. It was Twiggs County that was letting out early.
It wouldn't surprise me if a few more.
And there might be a few more that end up doing that.
And they could hold as well. Sometimes you can hold dismissals.
They should. In my opinion, they should hold.
But yeah, let's go back to radar if we can, Aaron, and check on it.
Most certainly. So, actually, I think you just hit this. Yep, there it is. All right, so this warning again set to expire at 1:30. So we got 30 minutes. Now, they can always expire them early if needed. This just is not very impressive at all. I'd much rather check out just the gate-to-gate wind here. 46-mile-an-hour outflow winds. So that's still pretty strong. Inflow winds at 35 miles an hour.
We got a brand new tornado warning for that Marion County storm.
This is exactly what I said. I said they should have extended it,
Apparently
and now they extend it.
Yeah, the Weather Service is having a little issues reissuing it for some reason, is what they said in chat. So
okay,
yeah, it's definitely still a threat. So if you're in Marion County, anywhere in Macon County, also
Marion County is in the clear right now.
Dooley County is definitely under the gun for this one as well. So if you're in Dooley County, like I said before, you need to be in the lowest level, most interior room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside world. Go to the bathroom, folks, in the hall closet, whatever you got, whatever room is the most interior. If you have a basement, that's great, but most people here in Middle Georgia do not. And if you want to grab some pillows off of the couch, the bed, and put many pillows to protect you from flying debris if possible. Also, if you have a bike helmet, football helmet, baseball helmet, whatever helmet you have, construction hat, anything to protect you, and put as many walls between you and the outside world, as there is a tornado warning. And like we've said, this one has been confirmed at one time, not necessarily confirmed now. Not seeing anything. How about you, Aaron? Have you seen any
Let's go ahead and pull.
rotation?
Let's see if this pulls up. It does, so we're definitely still seeing some rotation on it. It doesn't look any more impressive than it has at any point in the past, but it's not any less. And as mentioned before, as long as we're continuing to see rotation signatures on this, you definitely want to make sure to remain in your safe place. Chris mentioned great points there. The one thing I'd add to that is a water bottle to make sure you can stay hydrated, but pillows and helmets. The number one hazard with tornadoes is the flying debris. It's so dangerous because it makes any random object basically as dangerous as a bullet. So you got to make sure to protect yourself against that with things like pillows, helmets, blankets that soften the impact as it may hit you. That's the goal there. The other thing, that's another reason why you don't ever want to go into overpass during tornadoes, is because the wind underneath is enhanced. It's a wind tunnel, which means that things that are moving already quickly are going to be moving even faster under that overpass. So here we go. This tornado warning is in effect until 1:30 p.m. We are seeing rotation and the locations that need to be on guard right now. Lilly, Byronville, Dooling, might want to start getting those safe places. We're talking about 20 minutes or so before this rotating area starts to get to you. So it's not this cylinder here, it's this back cylinder. This is the one that we are tracking in terms of this tornado warning. Vienna, start
Aaron,
getting
if
you
you
safely.
would, go back to Lawrence County. That one's kind of tightening up a little bit.
Notch tornado warning, yeah.
It's just, if you would put the debris signature on there as well. It's just very strong winds, regardless. If
Yeah,
they're-
nothing here
There could be
indicating-
EF1 winds there, even if there is
Yeah,
not.
May not get any tornadoes in them, but you get a massive line of thunderstorms that could almost end up looking similar to what we are seeing on the radar right now. This is not a derecho, but you get like a massive line of storms. It's very, very intense, where the gusts are and the winds are over 100 miles an hour. It's just absolutely devastating. So hopefully you don't see any of those in the near future. That's not what this is. But
Overnight
in case you didn't know what a
possibility.
derecho was, now you do.
Overnight, we could have the possibility of derecho.
Let's hope not. Let's hope that this
maybe further.
Let's
to
hope
the
that this
west,
is our threat for the day and that things will weaken.
But you
ahead
don't
of
need to let your
tonight.
guard down, folks. If you get one storm, we definitely do have that threat for another line overnight. Of course, we'll keep you updated on that if
These
necessary.
are very much embedded
But
cells.
yeah, head back to radar.
This is very much an embedded supercell right here.
Oh, it's definitely.
Well, it's not so much being able to zoom in on it. I'm just saying just right in here, this area is an embedded cell. I'm going to draw it. I'm going to illustrate it. So you kind of got your inflow notch right up in here, right? And then your hook echo is this whole segment down here. So like the rest of this storm, it's an embedded supercell. That's literally what this is right here. And with the storm moving due east, in fact, actually starting to look now more and more east-southeast, that is going to obviously be important for us to follow and whatnot. So Vienna,
rotation, if you would.
you know, yeah, I mean, because a lot of times when it comes to tornadoes, they tend to move northeast. A lot of times it's just, you know, you'll see the storm and the warning is going that way. That's just what you normally see. This is not your average system. So we're seeing this moving due eastward. Nothing to stop this cell right here from continuing to have this open inflow to the south of it, continue to feed that tornado potential. So most certainly, this is going to probably be our main storm to watch for the afternoon, just as we go forward. This again, heading into Dooley County. If you are in Dooley County, you need to be taking shelter.
Also,
Your odds are a
Aaron-
little lower for this in Unadilla than they are in Vienna, but you
Let's
need to be
take a
taking
look
shelter.
up north in Lawrence County near the Caldwell area, and also between Caldwell and Dexter, outside of that tornado warning, but some decent rotation there as well, and that would be heading towards the Dublin area. So we could pull up that rotation there, the storm
Yep.
relative velocity.
All right, so yes, definitely an inflow notch right here. Most certainly an inflow notch right here. You were mentioning up towards the Dublin area.
North towards Caldwell and Rents, that area, there's a little bit showing up if you go to the regular velocity.
Oh, and the regular velocity?
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah, a little bit. Nothing.
Storm relative is usually a little better because it kind of negates out some. I mean, I can see it now. It's this little spot here. Most certainly, this.
Something to keep an eye on as we head.
This looks a little more.
Quickly skid, if you would.
So this skit it is 4.9.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
was
decent.
thinking.
That's decent.
These things can wrap up quick, folks. That's why we want to take.
I mean, that's exactly
everything.
what happened with the first tornado warning that we broke into over when it was in Marion County for to Sly County. Is it wrapped up very, very quickly. So will that be the case here? Don't know, but that is a possibility. I'm also continuing to monitor this section down here where, so again, it's a little easier for these things to get going when there's not a whole lot of rain off to the south of them.
We got a brand new tornado warning for Dodge County, Lawrence County, Montgomery County, also Treutlen County, and Wheeler County.
Let's throw that radar back up there. So there you go.
Dwayne with the radar.
Dwayne, yeah. All right, so boom, there you go. That is a massive tornado warning. And it likely corresponds with that outer edge. So what I was mentioning before is you don't have a lot of heavy rain down here. You're going to notice with these tornadic systems, so you got one here, we've got another here, and again, you know, Dooley County, you need to be in your safe place right now. If you're in Dooley County, safe place right now, lowest level of your house, pillows, blankets, helmet, that type of thing, and of course your phone. Make sure that you can get the warning information. This rotation, I don't think it's confirmed on the ground right now. That's still not super impressive. Maybe treat it as if it is. So Drayton, Lily, Vienna, in your safe place. This is, you know, next 10, 15 minutes, this is coming through here with this warning set to expire at 1:45. Then we also have this other warning over here. This is the newest one. That one's until 2 p.m. So again, we got rotation, not seeing anything overly suggestive that there is a tornado on the ground, but nice tightening couplet right there. That is exactly why they issued this right here, is this couplet. Like I said, you know, this area up here wasn't too concerned with. I'm seeing this spot right there. You can very easily see the inflow versus the outflow. Your outflow is right here. Your inflow is right here. And so that is how you've got that rotation right there. So nothing confirmed this on the ground. Cedar Grove, need to be in your safe place. Lowry, you might be a little north of this, but also the lines are pointing northeast. Safe place. Barnhill, get in your safe place. Alamo, this is an interesting one. You're kind of right there on that fine line. You're within the warning zone. You know, they don't just arbitrarily design these. When they issue a warning, they consider like anywhere within this polygon realistically could be impacted. So if you're in Avance, if you're in Alamo, you need to make sure to be in your safe place as well. Again, nothing saying that this is 100% on the ground, but we've already got one storm where we confirmed a tornado out of it, and both of these are on the southern edge. You know, there's nothing impeding the inflow for either of these storms. You got the other one over there, and then you've got this one here. So two active tornado warnings right now, technically 3, but this first one, it's about to get out of that area, so that's why that second one was issued there. So continuing with this first warning, I am interested about power outage information, but we'll check that in a second. This rotation looks like it's trying to weaken a little bit, which, again, not a bad thing, but we've also seen this storm kind of fluctuate. You've got, it tightens up and then it loosens, and then it tightens up and then it broadens again. So we're kind of in that segment now where it's broadening a little bit. Is it going to continue to broaden, or are we going to see it tighten back up? Still a lot of time left with this tornado warning here. Obviously, we do still have this severe thunderstorm warning. I do think that's largely associated with this storm in general. Let's go ahead and, severe thunderstorm warning expires in 2 minutes. So we're just going to let that one run out. Same with this severe thunderstorm warning here. That's going to expire here in 2 minutes. So we're just going to be left with these tornado warnings. And this one, 1:30, but they'll probably let that one expire since we've already got the one after it. So continue to monitor this one near Cedar Grove. Cedar Grove, you need to be in your safe place right now. This is definitely rotation that is tightening up. Let's see. I'm still shocked there's not a skid on this, because that is definitely some decent rotation. So I do want to see real quick, what are we seeing? Okay, 45 miles an hour. So we're going to assume that this other storm here is moving at 45 miles an hour. So let's go. All right. So the only place that's really in that line there.
Soperton.
What? Soperton at the very end of it, and then Cedar Grove was right there as well. Am I standing in front of the time windows Where are the where's the time windows?
It's just very rural right there.
That's also very
Yeah,
true.
That's
Yeah, there's nothing popping up in here in terms of city names. Nothing. Hey, you got 5 points, but that's also not. So this is the rotation right here. This is the area that we are tracking for this tornado warning. So we're going to zoom way down in here. A couple of U.S. highways. Stay off the roads. That's the main thing. Stay off the roads if you can right now. I-16, that's...
If you live on Highway 319,
further
anywhere
north there.
in that area, definitely, that's where the rotation is fixing to cross Highway 319 over there towards Highway 46.
Show me
This
the
looks like
highway,
it's going to go north of Alamo, but definitely do.
Oh, there's an update. There's an update. Right here.
Still pretty decent rotation.
Oh, that's definitely still a decent rotation. Just south of Cedar Grove. Let's see. Do we have debris? Hopefully not. Let's hope not. Oh, man. Low spot, potentially. Like I said, you need to be on your safe place. It's already been there in Cedar Grove. Barnhill, might want to be thinking about it. Alamo may get missed. I'd still get down there. Stuckey, Mount Vernon. You all need to be in your safe places. This is, like earlier, this actually does not look as good as the one did earlier, but it's also further away from the radar. So I'd just be cautious there. Definitely a possibility that might be on the ground, so please get to your safe place. Now, this first one, good to see that the nothing going on here with the debris possibility. Rotation, weakening a lot. That's good. This actually is the weakest we've seen this storm look in some time.
Very weak, yeah.
That is.
Well, towards the south of that warning, though, along the...
You are right. Another area potentially right here.
Yeah.
That is, and
That
the
is
crisp,
out of
and
our-
that's enough to where maybe, if you're in Cordele
Yep.
or Winona, maybe you start thinking about being your safe place. We don't have a warning on this yet, but what if the previous rotation here dies and you get a new rotation just further south? That's definitely a possibility. So we're gonna go on a limb here. We've done it once already, and then they end up extending the warning. If you are in Cordele, Coney, Winona, Lambtown, something like that, start thinking about getting into your
You're
side.
anywhere on I-75 right now between Unadilla and Cordele. Definitely want to pay attention to this thunderstorm that is capable of producing a tornado. Even if it doesn't produce a tornado, damaging winds can really affect travel on the interstate, especially with high-profile vehicles. Definitely don't want to be on the roadways. If you are on the roadways, find a gas station somewhere that you can take shelter from this storm system, because it's definitely fixing to cross the interstate. Aaron,
It is, and again, not
Impressive,
super impressive
no.
rotation. In fact, this looks worse than it just did. Nice update, looks worse than it just did. But I-75, I'm also going to potentially maybe, don't know what's going on here near Lilly. Don't think that's it. It was over here, so. But this area, maybe this area potentially for watching there. Let's go further back. All right. So this one is not giving up. We are not seeing any give up in this one near Cedar Grove. Going to throw back on that debris. Luckily, this is not intensifying at all in the last scan run, so that's good. But, Dodge County, Lawrence County. This is Lawrence County here. So Lawrence County.
Telfair County. Also Wheeler, Montgomery County, Treutlen County. If any of those counties, definitely need to be paying attention to this.
Most definitely. Going to throw this back up on here with the radar. So in case you're wondering where it is.
It's a nice little inflow notch.
Right there. You can very easily see that inflow notch right there. So, yeah, Lawrence County, you need to be taking shelter. Alamo, that's down in
This does
Wheeler
look like
County.
it's going to go south of Soperton, though. So definitely if you live north of Montgomery, Mount Vernon.
I would still even say Soperton to take shelter.
Anywhere between Soperton along into Montgomery County, into Mount Vernon, definitely need to take shelter there for that system right there. That highway would be 221. If you live on 221 between Soperton and Mount Vernon, definitely interior room away from windows. Put as many walls as
let's see if I can find where he's talking about. So he said 221 between Soperton and Mount Vernon.
Yep, 221
so that's going to be
right through there.
Yep, right here. So that's this road right here. Yeah, anybody living along that road, definitely you do need to be on guard. The other thing that's very interesting, and not in a good way either, is the storms are generally moving due east right now, right? So we're seeing some where it's a little more northeast. We've got some where it might be a little more southeast. So that's why it's really important right now for anybody who is in a warning zone to probably be taking shelter. I mean, we're seeing pretty darn good rotation right here with this storm heading towards, it's about to clear out of Lawrence County and over into Wheeler County, right? Northern Wheeler County. So
let's go to the relative.
You need to make sure we're in our safe places.
Velocity, Aaron. Let's check that, and then pixel query right there on that warning. Because I'm picking up some pretty strong
gate-to-gate contact.
Gate-to-gate shear there.
32, 48, 36. And keep in mind, that's decent distance away from the radar too, so it could definitely be higher at the surface. We've already seen indication that we might be dealing with a little bit of something there. Still not conclusive. I will say this is not conclusive, and I guarantee you that this is on the ground. All right, this is definitely not something I can guarantee is on the ground. We did get confirmation from before that the other one that was over, in Sly County, near Ellaville, that one we got confirmation that it had touched down. That is this storm here. You can see the skit, and it's heading over towards Lily, Vienna. Still taking shelter in Dooley County. You do not want to clear out of that yet, but we're not seeing any indication of any debris right now, and that rotation has most certainly weakened a good bit. This is looking a lot better. I am going to start to focus a little bit on this spot here near Vienna. That's interesting. And we've got this spot just to the southwest of Drayton. So we're going to watch both of those. But in terms of the main thing we need to be watching right now, that is most definitely this storm, which has just gotten out of Lawrence County and is now fully into Wheeler County. Alamo, need to be in our safe place. Stuckey, need to be in our safe place. Barnhill, might be a little north of it. I would still suggest being in the safe place. And Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon
right
as well.
Too. Yeah. Glenwood right there beside Mount Vernon. It's near Stuckey. It's the town between Stuckey and Mount Vernon. Glenwood, if you live
Glenwood,
there,
yeah.
Definitely need to be in your safe spot. Anywhere
along
Highway 280. Highway 280 travels a lot of middle Georgia, but if you live in Highway 280, anywhere in
there you go. There's
Wheeler,
some times
Montgomery
on
County.
them. So we're talking about 130-ish for Glenwood, about 138 for Mount Vernon. Ailey, about 140. Higston, 148. So really, start getting your safe place now, especially if you're in like Glenwood. You need to be in it right now. This is going to get there in no time. I'm hoping this isn't on the ground. We don't have
Looking over
any.
the past couple of scans, it looks like it's kind of shifted further to the south and to the southeast, sort of. Looking like it's heading closer towards the Alamo. So definitely in Alamo, take shelter now. Put as many walls as between you and the outside world as possible. Of course,
Well, this is it. Unless it's this. Unless it's that spot. Because Alamo's where, we were just looking at Alamo, right? And, that's where we're seeing the gate-to-gate. Then I come over to the debris, and I'm seeing that up near Cedar Grove. I'm not seeing that near Alamo. So that's a good thing. They're not on the same place. So hopefully this is an indication that there's nothing on the ground right now. That's what I'm taking it to mean here. Hail, we got any hail with this guy? We've definitely had some. This is all the hail we've gotten in the last hour. Decent amount for sure. But main thing we're working on right now is this tornado warning that's over Alamo. And, still nothing, I can't say it's on the ground, but we need to be taking shelter for sure. Glenwood, Mount Vernon, you're within the next 20 minutes, 15 minutes really, before this gets to your area. So make sure that you have all that important stuff. Let's go ahead and take another peek outside in, is this Dublin? Yeah, here, so Lawrence County, because obviously we got a decent amount of activity right now here. Heavy rain, strong wind. Obviously, there's lightning. Don't want to be outdoors during this weather. But lowest level of your building is going to be the best place for you to go. Let's go ahead and take a peek at that. So in case you're unaware, bathrooms are usually a pretty good idea unless there's a window in there. But a lot of times bathrooms don't have windows in houses if they're in the middle of the place. So bathroom is not a bad idea either. You got closets you can hide in those. Obviously, if you have a basement, that's going to be your best bet, especially if you're like a certain part of it that's maybe under the ground versus exposed. But the big thing is to make sure you've got protection. So blankets, pillows, a helmet, things like that. You know, if you can stop flying debris from hitting you, you're more than likely will be able to carry on another day, even if your place ends up getting or taking some damage from a tornado. The flying debris is by far the most devastating part of a tornado with most humans and injuries. It's not the fact that someone is picked up like Dorothy in Wizard of the Oz and taken somewhere else. It's the flying debris, a piece of wood, you know, think mulch below a tree that's just chilling there on a normal day. Now imagine that's blowing at 130 miles an hour and hits you in the side of the head. It's like a bullet. So really, really dangerous. Make sure to protect yourself. That's why a helmet, great idea. Let's go ahead and take one more peek again at the radar. So in terms of rotation, not as impressive currently for us in Alamo. I do still have that timer up. Glenwood, this will be to you about 7 minutes. Mount Vernon, about 10 minutes or so. So make sure to be in those safe places. Did they extend a new warning? Is that what happened here? Or is that, what's this?
They haven't said anything yet about.
Oh, that's the one that expired from 1/3 from before.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, they hadn't cleared that one yet.
And then this one here, 145. What is this? I'm interested in what this is.
That is very interesting there.
That is very interesting, just to the southwest of Vienna. I'd still be on guard in Dooley County or in northern Crisp County. We'll continue to look a little further off to the east. This is, of course, Wilcox
Look again
County.
towards the south of Alamo, along Highway 280 to the west of Alamo. A little bit of rotation there to the south of Alamo. You can see right there.
Right about here?
A little bit, yeah. Definitely something we can keep an eye on.
Yeah, this has been the main.
The rotation can plop up real quickly.
Yeah, that's the thing about these types of storms. That rotation can shift. It's not like it's always be in the same spot. You know, it's been here. We could definitely see it end up shifting further south. What I will say is this. It's going to be on the southern end. It will be on the southern end. You aren't going to see rotation popping up like up here or further up here. You're going to see it along the south end. You've got to have this inflow. You see this inflow notch? Hey, that's corresponding with that spot just to the west of Vienna. That's an inflow. It's broad inflow, but it's inflow. And then further off, or Alamo was, we still have this inflow notch right here. You can see how all this might be cloudy, but it's not raining. You got the air from the southeast just pulling straight in to that notch. So you're going to see these tornado warnings continue to be on the southern end of the system. So those of us further behind it will obviously continue to see a lot of rain, like Macon, Milledgeville. It's pretty icky.
Update from the Storm Prediction Center. They're watching these systems as well, and they say that the tornado threat could be peaking in the next 2 hours or so. As they say, those two supercell thunderstorms have been absorbed by that main line.
They sure
and
have.
That will enhance the damaging wind threat, and also the tornado threat could be peaking in the next 2 hours. That could be out of our viewing area, but also just something to keep in mind.
Well, and on that note, let's talk about a couple of things that have changed. How about the fact that some of us have been cleared from this tornado watch? So I do want to go ahead and point out those counties. Bibb, we are still in the tornado watch. Monroe, we are free of the tornado watch. So if you're in Monroe County, if you're in Lamar County, you're in Butts County, Jasper, Putnam, Jones, you are in the clear. I do want to see real quick if I can get the warnings. They just pop up without the rain covering them. Oh, I can kind of tell from this though. All right, so Milledgeville is not in the tornado watch either anymore, nor is Hancock County, but Washington County, Wilkinson, Twiggs, Bibb, we are still in that tornado watch. And by the way, here's the updated SPC risk. So you can see they brought the level 3 to the southern half of the region. Now Macon, we're still in that level 2.
That is also for overnight as well.
Yeah, that is for overnight, but well, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, they're clearing out. I mean, hopefully they don't issue another tornado watch for overnight, but we'll get there when we get there. We're on right now, as of now, and right now we have 2 active tornado warnings. So, hold on, this is a new one. This is a brand new one, brand new tornado warning right here. This one just issued 2:15 p.m. So that spot we were tracking just to the south or southwest of Vienna, there it is. So, yep, if you are in northern Crisp County, like I said before, need to be in that safe place. If you are over in Wilcox County, Rochelle area, Pitts, might want to be getting in that safe place as well. As mentioned before, we were tracking this little area here, and a lot of these storms are moving about 40 or so miles an hour. We'll go 45. So Pitts, 1:48 p.m., Rochelle, 1:54 in terms of the line that I've drawn here with this rotation area. Make sure to be in that safe place, blankets, helmet, all that good stuff. Further off to the east, this rotation weakening near Alamo. So it'll be interesting to see if they expand this warning. Again, that's in effect for another 30 minutes. We'll see how this thing ends up clearing out over here, but there is still some rotation. I would still be in my safe place if I'm in Mount Vernon, still in my safe place if I'm in Terrytown, if I'm in McGregor or Kibbe. Is this Kibbe or Kibbe?
That is Kibbe.
Kibbe, that's what I thought. Kibbe, definitely thinking about if you're in Vidalia as well. Ooh, look at that. That has, wow. All right, let's go back 30 minutes. Look at this. Just quickly, this is what we're talking about, how quickly they spin up. You just see this.
The National Weather Service has just said that they're also having a little issues because of where this thunderstorm is located between the radar sites. It's hard to get the
great reading on it.
But they definitely think this is still something that definitely needs to be watched.
I would agree. This is the one storm that we can say with a fact has a tornadic history. A tornado did touch down with this storm in Marion and Sly counties. That doesn't mean we've had a tornado in middle Georgia with it yet, but we know that this storm in particular has spawned a tornado. Now I'm watching our debris indicator here. Maybe there was a little something there by Vienna. There may have been a little something there by Vienna. Hard to tell 100%, but for a brief spot, you know, like Chris just mentioned, it's between those radar sites, so it's really hard to tell, but there was a bit of a suggestion on one scan only, that there may have been something that touched down around the Vienna area. But look at that. Look, you see, and this is the other thing. This also supports what Chris was just saying, the NWS. You see how these colors are just changing so rapidly? It's definitely struggling a little bit to kind of give us the picture as to what we've got going on there. But ultimately, this definitely suggests rotation of some kind. And if there's rotation of some kind with a storm that has a tornadic history, you take shelter. So, Tremont, you need to be in your safe place right now. If you live along the US 280 corridor, you need to be in your safe place. If you're on that corridor in Wilcox County, so Seville, Pitts, Rochelle, Kramer, Abbeville, need to be in your safe place. That looks a little better in terms of rotation, which is not a good thing. So definitely need to be getting into those safe places. Let's go ahead and time it out one more time here from this spot. 40. That might be a little fast, but either way, 145, 146-ish for Pitts. Rochelle, we got 152. And then Abbeville. Abbeville, you're talking around 2 o'clock. That we see this rotation and storm, tornado warned storm get over your area.
Another thing
so
to
start getting ready.
The Valdosta radar is out of commission right now, so we only have the Macon Jeffersonville radar, and that's about it for this system.
Wait a minute. You just said the Valdosta radar is out of commission today?
Yes.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
That is.
These storms are moving in.
That is horrible. Yeah. I don't want to go off topic a whole lot here, but that is not what you want to see on a day like today. That means that these people down here, all of South Georgia, where the level 3 risk is very much at play, Albany, Moultrie, Douglas, Valdosta, all these are going to have to rely on the radar of Tallahassee, Montgomery, or Warner Robins. That's not going to give them great views of what's happening there. So you got friends or family, they need to be on guard. Big time need to be on guard down here in South Georgia. As Chris relayed earlier, we are likely to see the tornadic activity peak within the next couple of hours. We're already seeing a lot of strong winds. We're seeing active tornado warnings have been for over an hour. So we're continuing to monitor this. But if you're in South Georgia, just now finding out that the Valdosta radar is down, please be able to get warnings, be able to get those alerts. That's going to be a very, very tricky situation, and I do not envy anybody who is having to work this down in South Georgia. That is nightmare fuel. But anyways, back to here. So Cordele, we stayed south of this. East Crisp, this rotation moving over now. I'd still be taking shelter in Pitts, Rochelle,
There's a few
and Abbeville.
rotations along that bottom line of that thunderstorm complex.
Well, I mean, that's how they all are. I mean,
there's a few inflow notches.
Like, because this cell has been absorbed into the mess, you're not going to see any of these tornadoes touching down and staying on the ground for 45 minutes to an hour. I can almost 100% guarantee you that we're not talking long tracking dangerous tornadoes today. We're talking spin ups, we're talking EF zeros, ones, and potentially twos. That's it. But that's enough to do major damage to mobile homes, older homes, blow trees over, knock over power lines. Still very dangerous, still need to be taken very, very seriously. So here you go. This rotation starting to weaken a little bit as far as we can tell over northern eastern Crisp County, but still rotating. So still need to be taking ourselves to our safe places. Pitts, Rochelle, need to be in those safe places here again. Those times for you, 146. That's for Pitts, 150, 152-ish for Rochelle, and then around 2 p.m. for those of us in Abbeville. Now, looking back further east to that storm that we were tracking near Alamo and all that. So we still have some rotation here on this storm. BTI, Barron Tornado Index of a 3. Looking at some of the timings here. Vidalia, 150. Higston, I got 10 minutes or so before that gets into your area. Where even is that? That must be so. I got to zoom in further to see. Because all those should be, yeah, there's Oak Park. It's got to be really close. Oh, there it is. Higston might actually be out of the way. That's like barely on that. Barely in the cone here. But Lyons, Vidalia, definitely want to be thinking about
Toombs
the
County
safe place.
is outside of our viewing area.
It is. I'm still, hey, we're tracking this warning. There might be people over there. I'm saying they take shelter. Because there's still, right here, this notch. That looks like the spot of interest with this storm. Oh, here's actually good news. They're not extending it. They're not extending this tornado warning. You know, I know this. We got a severe thunderstorm warning here that expires at 2:15. So they would have expanded it as a tornado warning if that were the case. Like I said for the other one earlier, there's still some rotation on it. Still be monitoring this if you're over in Montgomery County.
What about that spot right next to Kibbe?
Talk about right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kibbe, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, this is the spot that still might be rotating. So that's what I'm saying. If you're in Kibbe, you're in Normantown, Vidalia, still be ready to act and get into your safe place. The tornado warning here is set to expire at 1:40. Is it 1:40 or is it 2? It's 2, but the rotating area is going to be out of that warning by 5 minutes from now. Kibbe was not in the initial tornado warning. I would still be taking shelter here just in case. Let's go back to our other tornado warning over here. So we've been tracking this one. This is the storm that dropped the tornado earlier over in Sly County. So this whole thing started further off to the north. This is actually really important to follow. Came in, touchdown around the Buena Vista, or touchdown. We broke into coverage and it was around the Putnam area. Kind of a touchdown between Putnam and Ellaville. Notice it's been moving southeast. So, you know, a lot of times you see it moving northeast. That's not the case. This has been moving off to the southeast and continuing to do so as it heads towards Wilcox County here. It's almost out of Crisp. Still a bit of rotation. Not as impressive as it was. We're going to go ahead and put it in motion just to see what we've been through already with this. Go last hour. So there it was when it touched down in Ellaville. And you see how this kind of moved east-southeast the whole way. But the only time we've had confirmation that there was a tornado was when it was over in Sly County. There was a green dot that popped up on our debris indicator, and then the National Weather Service confirmed, emergency management
We have a
in Sly County confirmed that something had touched
weather
down.
spotter has confirmed a tornado. Train spotter has confirmed a tornado on Camp Road and Georgia Highway 19 west of Alamo in Wheeler County. This is that would have been earlier on, so we may.
So that would have been this storm here. All right,
Yes.
hold on. I'm gonna click now. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna shift back to where that was. So, because I've only got full lapse capability. All right. So you said when it was right near Alamo.
It was
Probably right about here would be my guess. It was right about when it was here because you mentioned Alamo.
and they're fixing to issue a tornado warning further downstream because of that.
Of this one?
Yes.
So that's two now. That's two now, where they have allowed it to expire, and then it. Yeah. Okay. So you're saying they're going to change. They're going to make another tornado warning right here.
Eventually, yes.
All right, because they just extended it as a severe thunderstorm warning, but that wouldn't surprise me at all. It's going to get out of here and head over into East Georgia, but we're going to continue to follow it until it gets there. And then, of course, we've got this one still. Neither of these right now can be confirmed is on the ground, and we don't know that one that you're talking near Alamo. He said he saw it, but that doesn't mean it's confirmed right now.
No, it's not. It's just confirmed. A local EMA.
Local EMA saw it.
911 called that one in and put it in the Weather Service chat.
Okay. Probably a quick spin up like most of these. That's what they are.
And I'm also in the contacts with the 911 down there asking them if there's any damage with that as well.
Well, let's go ahead and pull up debris. See, it's so hard to tell when you're this far from the radar, man. This is going to be a nightmare for South Georgia later. That's not what you want to see. But yeah, over here, so we'll see if they extend it. The debris, the correlation coefficient, it's not conclusive. It's not conclusive. Could there still be something? Maybe. This is back at that Mount Vernon area again. So you need to be taking shelter. You're still in that tornado warning, because it looks like the rotation kind of shifted further south. Looks like it shifted further south.
That is correct.
So now it's over more like McGregor and Oak Grove. Because like I said, these are not moving northeast. They're moving more. The storms are trying to go east, but the whole system is moving south. So it's resulting in them moving east-southeast. But yeah, this one here, rotation, not impressive. But now we can say that both of these storms that have warnings on them have been have had confirmed tornadoes. They've got a tornadic history. So continue to follow this first one, which should be getting over into
Wilcox County
here shortly.
South of the Pine View area.
Yeah, it's getting south.
South of Rochelle.
I mean, your rotation area is going to be right in here right now.
I will say if you live to the east, or to the west, rather, of the I-75 corridor.
Right in there,
Chris
kind of,
County,
is that
you are good to
rotation.
go.
If you're what?
If you live to the west of I-75.
In Chris County?
The rotation has passed there.
Yes, correct.
So it's always good to clear some folks. And also Macon County, you're good right now. But Dewey County, also take your shelter. You're not underneath that tornado warning, but keep an eye on it right now, as we do have an ongoing tornado warning for Cripps County, Wilcox County, also in a bad radar spot right now. So it's a little troubling seeing these storms on radar. So definitely want to take this one serious, as if there is a tornado on the ground, as these storms have produced tornadoes earlier today in a couple of counties. But yeah, we'll take a closer look back at radar and get the latest on rotation.
Yep, so a little bit of rotation to eastern Cripps County, heading into southwestern Wilcox County.
They just issued a tornado warning for Montgomery County and Toombs and also Wheeler County.
So that's right over here. That's the continuation of this storm. There you go. All right. So you see how it's pink? That is because of the confirmation. So I'm going to assume they're saying that this is on. Are they saying this is on the ground right now? Or are we just going off that spotter info? I guess is what we're going with.
I'm reading the warning right now, and I'll let you know.
It says confirm, but yeah, please do read it.
It's confirmed tornado, damaging tornado. Yep, this is confirmed. This is as real as it gets, folks.
All right, well, there you go. So we got a confirmed tornado on the ground here over in Montgomery County. So this has just gotten out of the Wheeler County, Alamo area. We're now, we're talking Oak Grove, Alston, Petros, McGregor. All of us need to be taking shelter. If you're a little further east, if you're over in Toombs County, need to be taking shelter. If you're going to be further east in any of those counties, need to be taking shelter. Most certainly right now, if you are in Toombs County, Montgomery County, and if we do see southern Wheeler County included here, but I'm not as worried about places. I'm really, in general right now, in regards to this particular tornado, I'm not as worried about Wheeler County. I don't think, although these have been moving east-southeast, this is not going to just shoot south. All right, this isn't going to do that. So it's going to continue to move eastward. So that's why I would say, hey, I'm not too worried about this little bit that's sitting down here in southeastern Wheeler County. Now, that being said, it's very hard to tell exactly where this is currently over in Montgomery County because it's just so far away from the radar that it's kind of convoluted in what it looks like. The only reason...
Go up towards Higginston.
We only have confirmation here because of...
weather spotter.
Oh, weather spotter. Exactly.
Go up towards Higginston and Vidalia right there. Yep. That could be something.
I mean, that could be... But that's... Yeah. The problem with... That's barely on the inside of this... warning though.
Yeah.
Whatever they're highlighting is clearly going to be in the middle of the warning. So I'm going to assume it's right in here.
But there's definitely some damaging winds right
It's just so hard to tell exactly where it is because, again, radar is just junk when you get really far away from it. But here, there's a spotter that saw that there was that tornado. That's why it's confirmed. It may not still be on the ground. The radar does not support the theory that this is still on the ground. It just was confirmed to have been on the ground at one point, and so we've highlighted it as such with this new warning. But the fact of the matter is that this is a mess more than anything. And it's getting out of, this is going to be out of Montgomery County within the next 5 minutes. So anybody who's living further east, Vidalia, Lyons, Santa Claus Center, probably want to start taking shelter right now. If you're in Vidalia, you already need to be taking shelter. But all these other ones, you've got a few minutes, get your stuff together, and get to your safe place.
Let's not forget the other
yeah, exactly. This
tornado
one.
warning.
I was about to come back because that other one's about to get out of Middle Georgia and over into East Georgia.
Once it gets out of Montgomery, that's heading into Savannah Market quickly.
Yeah, once it gets out of the Montgomery County area, if you want more information on that tornado, the confirmed one, the Savannah TV markets will continue to carry that one. We're going to be shifting more back into what's staying here in Middle Georgia. So this is a mess, very, very much a mess. This is not organized at all. We were seeing that rotation. This at this point is probably down here to the south of Pitts. So nothing is conclusive as to whether or not they would continue this warning. Again, southern parts of the region, a little further from the radar. We've got a little bit of a hint that there's some rotation here on a storm that has spawned a tornado. Like the other one, this also will be getting out of our area pretty quick if it continues to track this way. But it may end up grazing into the southern parts of Telfair County here, so we are going to continue to follow it. But yeah, that rotation, in case you're wondering where it is, it's right here to the southwest. Oh my goodness. It is right here to the southwest of Rochelle. It is not impressive rotation at all, but that is what we are seeing with this storm. Yeah, see, now they're continuing to cancel more and more of that warning. That other one off to the east. Let's look at regular radar. We haven't even checked that in a minute. Let's just see, where's the heavy rain? Where's the lightning? Where's all that stuff? Let's turn on the lightning counter. What do we got here?
Woo!
We haven't even checked the lightning counter yet. There's a lot of it.
A lot
of lightning. 3,000 plus strikes just right here. Just right here on your screen. Right in Middle Georgia right now. Let's see what we got. Turn off the pencil.
Let's throw out that Dublin camera, Dwayne, if we would. There's a lot of lightning in Dublin.
And just in Middle Georgia, we're seeing over 2,000 bolts.
See if we can see some lightning. I think that one is pointing to the north, but yeah, we could definitely.
That is a lot. I'm not hearing that much thunder, but then again, Macon's pretty quiet right now. We aren't seeing that here, but man, Lawrence County, look at all that lightning. All right, we're gonna go ahead and turn the lighting off. Just want to give you a view of that, but it kind of makes everything else hard to talk about when it's blocking it. So anyways, we so yeah, a little bit of rotation still going on with this storm here. Again, that's more towards the southwestern portion currently of Wilcox County. We do still have this tornado warning. Oh, they expired it for Crisp and Dooley counties. So Crisp and Dooley counties, you have been cleared from that tornado warning. It's still in effect for those of us in Wilcox County. And as for that confirmed one further east, again, you know, Montgomery County, this is starting to get out of here. It's over the Vidalia.
That Vidalia, I know it's not in our area, but it's right on that Montgomery County line.
It's getting out of here.
That area rotation is kind of concerning right there on that Montgomery County, Toombs County line. Even Barron's early detecting that.
Ooh, let's check the Barron button. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even shown you guys the Barron button yet either. So this also helps with showing hail versus rotation versus rain or whatever. So you can definitely see we got a decent amount of hail with some of these stronger storms. But in terms of rotation, all right, so this also helps to answer questions too. We have this tornado warning here we've been following for a while that is set to expire at 2 p.m. A new severe thunderstorm warning has been
but I tell you
in effect in Ben Hill County, it's to the south.
That is not the Atlanta National Weather Service.
That's Tallahassee that does that, right?
That's Tallahassee, yes.
Yeah, Tallahassee, it cuts off right there. But
so that's why they have go ahead and done that for it.
But then, yeah, that rotation, I mean, Vidalia needs to be in a safe place right now.
Yeah.
Vidalia, this is over Vidalia, and then we're going to see it continue to go. I honestly would say Lyons. I know the arrows are pointing northeastward. Lyons, you need to be in your safe place right now. Ponderosa, Santa Claus, safe place right now. Basement, interior room with protection. If you don't have a basement, interior room. But blankets, pillows, helmet, and you need to protect yourself from flying debris. That's going to be the big, important thing to follow in regards to this tornado. So
let's head back towards the other tornado. Check get storm threat, the tornado warnings.
So still not seeing rotation on this guy, which is good. We do have this severe thunderstorm warning further south.
The BTI is on that. 2.9, okay. Nothing significant, but definitely still need to be in your safe spot if you're in the Wilcox County area, Rochelle, anywhere in Wilcox County. Definitely need to be in your safe spot as this storm progresses through middle Georgia. You definitely want to take it seriously because it can produce a tornado pretty quickly, and we've seen that already today with a couple of thunderstorms that rapidly produced a tornado in Marion County earlier this afternoon. And of course, we just had a confirmed tornado near the Alamo area, and we're working to get confirmation on that, talking with local EMA there to see if there's any damage there. I have seen pictures on social media from damage in Dodge County, but it doesn't look like it was any tornado damage.
Straight line wind damage, probably.
It looked like straight line wind damage.
Yeah, I know we do a lot of our break-in stuff for tornadoes. Please don't sleep on straight line wind damage. Obviously, tornadoes are the main concern because of how strong they can get, but some of these straight line winds can be very, very concerning in terms of their strength and their speed. So that is something to take note of. I just want to make sure and see, I want to see if I can get my hand tracker thing working. I wonder if this is just in the way. I wonder if that's why it's not working. Let's see here. Because it was working earlier. Oh, I know why. Turn hand tracker on, Chris. Oh, you need the mouse, right. All right, I want to see if I can do this with the...
You're on.
Boom. All right, cool, that's all I wanted. All right, so, yeah, we still got this tornado warning here. I'm not seeing anything in the way of rotation except for a couple spots. Here we go, south, Crisp County right now. So that's what we're seeing in regards to that storm. Again, that warning set to expire at 2 p.m. That's 7 minutes from now. There is a severe thunderstorm warning already issued to the south. And the reason it cuts off right here and doesn't include Crisp County is, as Chris mentioned earlier, this county, Ben Hill, that is actually part of the Tallahassee National Weather Service forecast area. Whereas north of that, that is the Atlanta National Weather Service forecast area, Peachtree City. So that's what we are getting with these tornado watches and warnings here. Continuing to look further off to the east, that confirmed warning has gotten out of here. It is now heading into that Savannah market. Again, I would still suggest staying safe. This has been confirmed on the ground. Well, they've gone ahead and added a severe thunderstorm warning on, so maybe it's not on the ground anymore. It may not be on the ground anymore, but we are going to be done talking about this storm now. Yeah, it's getting out. It obviously doesn't mean that it's done, but if you want more coverage of this storm, the Savannah market will be carrying that. It's just our lines cut off right here at that Vidalia area. So, continuing back off to the west, we're still waiting for this tornado warning to expire. There is a little bit of rotation on it. It's nothing overly impressive.
Go back to the velocity, if you would, and go to the west there of Abbeville. A little bit of rotation there, starting to tighten up a little bit towards Abbeville.
Well, it's that spot right there, just southeast.
Go to the north. Zoom in just a little bit, if you could. It's a little bit right there towards the west of that, north of Kramer there, just a tad bit.
Yeah.
Something we should watch, because this could easily...
I was watching this whole area.
Yeah.
Because when I had the Barron button on, that showed it more in this area here. Either way, we are still seeing a bit of rotation on this guy. And look at this. The National Weather Service in Peachtree City decided to complete the other half of the warning for the National Weather Service down in Tallahassee, right? So we got this warning, severe thunderstorm until 2:45. The one further south, that one's till 2:30 p.m. So that's a couple things to be aware of here. Still this rotation just to the west of Owensboro. We're going to continue to follow that. That is the reason why. Oh, nope, they expired it. They expired it. So the tornado warning has been expired. We'll continue to follow this and stand by. But at this moment, we are not seeing any more tornado warnings here in Middle Georgia. I am waiting for them to kind of cancel this section of this confirmed one that's in Wheeler County here, but that's not a concern anymore. The tornado, or what was a tornado, has moved off to the east at this point and is now well into Toombs County. So, and then on top of that, they extended that warning as a severe thunderstorm warning, not even as a tornado warning. So we essentially are not done, or we're essentially done with tornado warnings at this point. We're continuing to monitor this heavy storm activity, right? We are going to follow. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of development now over just to the southeast of Americus. We got a BTI 2.2. Yep. So we, certain areas it's clearing up, and then others it's starting to pick up. So let's go ahead and get a look at this bit over in, is this Lee County, Sumter County? What is this?
That would be Sumter County.
Sumter County, yes. Right here. So velocity, boom. All right, so as of right now, nothing jumping off the screen at me in terms of rotation. That's good. But it will be something for us to follow. We've already seen some stuff pick up in this area a little bit. This is further south, granted, than where those first ones started. Remember, Ellaville. That was where we started this whole thing. It's all just been moving south. But we are going to continue to monitor this storm now that is over Sumter County and Americus and Huntington, as it looks like there might be just something to watch there. Now, technically, that's outside of our region right now, but it would very quickly enter the southern portions of our region as we continue into the afternoon. So that's going to be the main thing. But as of now, the tornado warning that was in Crisp County and Dooley County, that has been canceled. It is a severe thunderstorm warning that will remain in effect until 2:30 p.m. till 2:45 p.m. And then further off to the east, for whatever reason, we are still seeing this confirmed warning for a tornado, including parts of Wheeler County. But I will tell you right now that that is done. Ooh, wow. Tallahassee just went ahead and put out
As they should, yeah.
major severe thunderstorm warnings just outside of our region. They haven't even gotten there yet, but they're going ahead and putting them out just because of the strong straight line wind that we're seeing with this, as well as bits of embedded rotation. This isn't going to be in our area too much longer. This is wave 1, of course, so it will be important to see what we are expecting overnight tonight. I'll have more on that for you during your evening show forecasts, but for now, we are about to be done with this. What time does this confirmed warning expire? 2:30. Like, do we need to stay on here? Well, this is not. This is clearly out of our area at this
Let's
point.
just keep it on until they'll cut Wheeler County off and Montgomery County. Whenever they cut those 2 counties off, then we'll.
Yeah, that sounds good to
I'll
me.
go ahead and ask them if they're planning on cutting it off.
Yeah, go ahead and ask them if they're planning on cutting